Howdy, howdy, folks. Welcome to Feudal Friday on the channel. This is A Train with you for another episode of Life is Feudal, Forest Village. Hey, you can occupy villagers by clicking on their portraits. Use this mode to speed up harvesting a field, building construction, protect your coops from wild animals, or just to explore. Pretty cool stuff, huh? So let's go back in time. I don't have a DeLorean with a time machine in it that requires 1.21 gigawatts, but if I did, someone would probably ask me,
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
So it's early spring of year 2 when we left our village last. Our villagers were chilling, as it were, inside. A couple of them are knocked up. We got a couple babies on the way, or they've just been born, which has pushed our little village of Muirfield's population up to 13. So that's pretty cool. We're going to work with that for now. Our total housing we can have is 14. Okay, so we have this large house, small house, which will hold 6 people, and then we have the small house, which here this holds 5 people, and then this shack.
I'm Shaq.
Which holds 3 people. Okay, so what I want to do is make sure nobody is still pregnant. I'm hoping nobody is still pregnant. Someone's expecting a baby. Okay, and that's going to max out. So there's 5. Wait a minute, there's 3 of 3 in here. Okay, I think there's only 5 of 6 in the big house. There's 5 of 5 in this small house, and there is 6 of 6 in here. Really? So you fools telling me that we're... You're killing me, Smalls. All right. So what that's telling me is we got to build another house or a shack or something here. And quick. All right. So, and then we're going to make an adjustment. So let's go over here to houses. We're going to build a small house. And we're going to put that small house here next to the other small houses because, you know, that kind of makes sense. But we're going to give it a couple of spaces a gap. Rotate with the R key. All right, there we go. Now, I think we are... Let me see here. All right, so see how you can see the squares? That kind of shows the alignment. So I want it in line, and there it's in line. All right, so there's 1, 2... Gosh, I got to zoom in a little more here because the stupid green is hard to see. Okay, so we know we are aligned there. We're 1 square back there. Okay. I want to be even. Okay, so right there, we're going to go 1 square off, 2 squares off, 3 squares off. I think we'll be good right there. So let's plop that down there. And we will get busy. Alright, so let's get busy, get people moving. We have 1 person available of 9. We got 2 people cutting trees. And so, okay, in this episode, we are looking to... I really wasn't planning on building a new house, unfortunately, but we're going to have to do what we have to do, right? Let's see here. First, let's get this out of the way. Now... Let's see what we can do here. All right, so we've got... Oh, I got nobody assigned to the construction. I've got 1 person available. You know, we got enough fish. I want to keep a runner available. All right, so now it's spring. Here comes spring, and we're up to 32 degrees, which means crap. Now we got to put someone in the field. All right, full stop. Because we need our flax field cooking here. Okay. So that means we've got to put someone here. We're going to take 1 person off. Oh, wait, not 2 people, 1 person. Actually, we're going to take somebody off of fishing and get this house built because we don't want the baby to be born and nobody be, you know, we don't want anybody to be homeless, right? Okay. So now the other thing we're going to do, as soon as that house is built, in fact, before that, well, no, we better let the house get built. I'm I'm a little All right, I'm a little concerned here, but maybe not. Let's watch. Okay, okay, they leveled the land. We just need the stone and the hay just arrived on site for the thatch roof. All right, as soon as all the materials are in place, they're in place. All right, very good. Full stop. We are going to demolish this shack over here because that house will be available pretty quick, okay? So we're kind of trying to overlap our time. I mean, if you remember the beginning of the game, you always start with the housing for 9 but 10 people. So you have somebody who's homeless from the get-go, but you have enough time to build a house. Well, we're already into building this house, right? So that means we'll be good to go here pretty quick. The trick is I want to. We're gonna keep the hunters in place, and we're gonna put this person there. Oh, you know what? I don't. Now that everything's been moved, we don't need that. Okay, so we'll keep someone. We're actually going to move someone over to gathering. There we go. So now everybody's allocated to a position, right? So 0 of 9 available right here. All right. Because remember, in the wintertime, you want to have somebody available to take food and firewood into the homes. All right. And remember, our objectives this go round are going to be. We have a forester's lodge, right? We have a forester's lodge. Well, in having a forester's lodge, we have something that goes with that. And that would be lumberjacks.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night, I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
So we need them to cut the logs into firewood. Now, see how people are showing to be homeless? Well, they're going to bust it here, and they're going to, once this house gets built, they won't be homeless anymore. All right? And since it's not freezing, they shouldn't freeze to death. And now, okay, there, now it needs wood, and they'll take stuff to that, and then we're gonna put 2 people in on the job there. All right, and that takes care of it. And now, okay, very good. Now this house is showing to have no firewood. But that's okay. We're going to correct that here in just a second, or kind of work on that. All right. I really didn't want to build this many houses this quick. That was probably a mistake on my part. Let's look here. This house has 14 firewood, right? And I'm having to just move the mouse real careful. You know what? I don't need the mini map on the screen. That's just kind of tying things up. Because right now the village is small enough that we can operate just with what we're seeing. All right, so, and then let's see how much. So there's 11 there. There should be firewood to take into the house. All right, so we're going to correct that right now. And we are going to build right over here. We're going to go down here to the resource gathering, and we are going to build a Lumberjack's Lodge.
I cut down trees, I eat my lunch, I go to the lavatory. On Wednesdays I go shopping and have buttered scones for tea.
He cuts down trees, he eats his lunch, he goes to the lavatory. On Wednesdays he goes shopping and has buttered scones for tea.
Now, I want to see. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure. Okay, here's the measure. See how I'm aligned with the edge of the barn, right? But I'm not aligned with the edge. The warehouse is 1 tile narrower, okay? So what I want to do is keep room for 2 tiles to the edge of the barn, all right? So that's up against the edge here. See if I can zoom in a little more. There we go. Maybe I can see it better now. All right. I kind of wish that the stupid thing wasn't on the screen. Okay, because I need to see what I'm doing here, and I kind of can't. And for some reason, somebody help a brother out. I cannot. Okay. There we're aligned. There we are. 1 off. We want to be 2 off. We want to be 3 off. Right there. That's where we want to build this thing. All right. Boom. All right. That will do. Okay, very good. That gets us there. We need 3 builders building. And, okay, let's kick that in gear. And then kick this in gear and get that built. Because we need the resources. Okay, so the other thing we were going to look to do this episode was we're growing flax. Okay, so here's our flax field. Now, if you click on the field, you'll see, well, okay, you'll kind of see. Oh, say can you see? You can't see until I move the damn thing. Okay, so now we've got 2 people doing forestry work. Okay, and I'm going to put 2 people. We got lots of fruit and vegetables. We've got lots of fish. It's spring, and we got a thunderstorm overhead. Swell. Let's see if I can actually get this. Not that close. Come on, a little bit. There we go. All right, now I can grab this and I can drag this out here where I can see it. All right, very good. So it tells me out of 400 so far, 66 flax have been produced, right? And it's pushing the humidity levels are good. Oh, you know what we need over there? It would be helpful is the farmer just took off. What we're going to put over here is, let me see here. I think it's under municipal buildings. Is a well. Yeah, there we go. Very good. All right, so we're going to put a well over here, and we're going to put it a tile or so. Oh, can't put it there. We're going to leave at least 1 tile. I like 2 tiles for paths. All right, let me put it there. That'll work. Actually, I'm going to move it a couple. No, I'm going to keep it there because there's really no room for anything between here and the water. So we're going to build a well, and we're going to put this person on the building, on the construction of it. And now, look at that. That stuff looking good. Now, we got a bunch of flax coming in. All right. So late spring. See, so that's fast growing. You get the idea. So we're going to have flax here pretty quick. Okay. Now, notice also our firewood is going up again. We're going to kick that into gear. But here's the thing. And let me make sure. Okay, now see how this is all cleared out over here? What we're going to do is switch this to planting. And we're going to stop the harvesting of trees. All right? So they're going to plant trees now. And our firewood, our lumberjack.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
Will chop them up into firewood. Then the one other thing we're going to want to do, we may not wind up doing it this. Oh, you know what? Let me see here. Yeah, see, there's a resource. That person, that might be a gatherer or something. All right? So we don't need the builder anymore, right? So we're going to take them down off a building. We're going to come down here, and we're going to collect all resources. Now, once you've cleared out the ore and like stone and stuff like that, poop, that didn't do it. Once you've cleared all that out in an area, the only thing that reappears is our trees and I think grass. Okay? So that's something to keep in mind. See, all these trees regroup, and these trees should be worth quite a bit in resources, because these are some pretty big trees here. Okay, we're going to turn that off. So our one extra person over here that we don't have assigned to a profession is going to be the person who goes and they're going to gather those trees. They're going to cut down those trees and see. So now we're building up our numbers in firewood and in lumber. in logs. Okay, so the lumberjack just grabbed a clump of logs and hauled them over to start chopping them into firewood.
Cut down trees, I skip and jump. I like to press wildflowers. I put on women's clothing and hang around in bars.
Cuts down trees, he skips and jumps. He likes to press wildflowers. He puts on women's clothing and hangs around in bars.
Okay, so that's going on. Now we have 100 flax already gathered up. There's 296 to go, and the next big thing we're going to do here is let's see if I can get past this tree here. The tree's in kind of a not so great position. Okay, we don't have a ton of stone, so I don't really want to. Let's see here. Let me see how much a road's going to cost. Oh, you know what? I don't think we even need stone for that. I think we can just make a dirt road. Yeah, here's a dirt road. The only problem is, oh, wait, a kid grew up. Sweet. And a baby was born. Okay, so we just got kind of a double plus. Because now we're up to having enough. Okay, we've got enough for 16 villagers. All right, dirt roads don't cost anything but labor. The stone, and see, I'm using this white square to make sure I'm matched up. All right, so the laborers will build the dirt roads. All right. And I just want to use that as a visual reference to help see where my people are going to go and where I'm going to place buildings, okay? So I can come over here and I can place dirt road coming out because I think there's a square or two here between the, let's see here, if I can turn this around a little more. We programmed this in when we built the houses, remember? Well, okay, it doesn't look like I did a very good job because this house is only one tile away. But that's okay. One tile will suffice. All right? So we'll do one tile of dirt road out here and just kind of connect the houses together, right? All right, so that'll make that path nice and neat. And the villagers move faster over over roads. All right, we're going to connect across here. And they get a minor speed increase. And then they might, it doesn't work across there. There might be one tile where we can do it here. There we go. All right, there's that, and I think there's one tile that I didn't do it here. All right, so now the people will turn those into dirt roads. So that will help. All right, now here, we're gonna put this dirt road across here. So we're kind of organizing the village here a little bit, all right? The one other thing I could do is lay out dirt road for the, let's see here. See, it's white. We've already laid where the white is. So then we start here at the green, and good gosh, it's dark. Now we can put lamps in, but I really don't want to deal with that just yet because night goes away pretty quick. Okay, 325 flax. So I'm babbling away, but what we want to do is... wait for the autosave, is we're going to go into resource gathering. We're going to build us a weaver's workshop, I think. No, we are not. Nuts. Okay, so we've got two issues on the weaver's workshop. We don't have enough hay.
Hey!
And we don't have enough stone. So, you got people working, okay? We got people cutting trees. We got trees starting to grow over here. Now, we could, let me see what another forester's lodge is going to cost. We don't have enough hay. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is try to see if we can find some laying around. We're going to go to collect hay. And we're going to place this out this way. Aha! There we go. Let's get our people racking that up. So we've got two people to work on that, and they'll go collect all that hay. And that will help us. So, because next year what we'll probably do, see now we've collected one full field of flax. For next year, we will go ahead and probably switch this to grass, okay? Actually, you know what? No, because we just got a kid, a teenager now. So we're going to set up a second field here, I think. All right. With the idea being one is going to be dedicated to food. So let's put in a dirt road. Ah, nuts. I don't think I can get... Not that I need to. All right, it's good to get to this side of it. Man, it sure is rainy here. Blah. Weather sucks. Okay, so here's the dirt road. There's the green. All right, very good. People are clearing out the trees. Uh-oh, now. Oh, shite. It's getting too cold. Uh-oh. Did we lose the frickin' crop? 42. What the hell? Oh, you know what? Okay, hang on. Let me tell you what's going on here. Let me pause this and let me clear off this dirt road thing. Okay, this is telling us that we're in unfavorable season. So, there's only 11 so far of 400, and it's telling us the temperature is favorable from 32 to 80. All right, we're okay for a bit, but we got to be careful that our person harvests the crop before it dies, before you get to freezing. Okay, so when you start getting down to 30s, you got to be real careful, because then you can get hosed and lose your crop. Okay, we got more rain coming in here. Doggone it. Rain, go away. All right. How come we're not showing any more hay gathered yet? I got 2 people that should be out gathering hay. All right, we're getting up there. Okay, now, okay, so a couple of things. And what we're going to do is set this up over the winter. Let me show you how you do a mine, because that's going to be important for us. All right, that temperature's coming down. Now, we want to pause. It's 35 degrees. We're going to go ahead and hit gather immediately. And that's going to tell our person, hey, clear the field. And they'll clear as much as they can, as quick as they can. I mean, we may lose a little bit, but 400 flax is really a lot. Considering, we have 16 people. Which means we're maxed out on our housing, so we're not going to have any more babies. This is good. Now, our firewood looks okay, but we're going to allocate somebody else into it. So right now, we're going to drop one person out of the forestry, put another person into the lumberjack.
He's a lumberjack and he's all day. Sleeps all night and he works all day.
And that way we'll have sufficient firewood, probably 300 to 400, probably closer to 400 with 3 houses is going to be good. So we're going to try to achieve that number. Now, the seasons of the year, okay? People that work the fields and the orchards from like spring through fall don't have anything to do through the winter. So what I suggest you do at that point is you reallocate them depending on what you need. Now, let's look at our situation. Gatherers aren't gathering a whole lot. That doesn't look too impressive. So we're going to go ahead and take them out of there. And we've got over 1,100 fish and meat, and we've got 1,600 vegetables, which means the gatherers really did a lot. Okay, so that's good. What we will do is we're gonna keep these people available for just a minute, and we're gonna come down here and take a look at resource gathering. We need stone, and that is going to be the hammer thing here. That's ore. Stone quarry needs 510. It needs a lot more stinking lumber than we've got, which means we need to put some people to work gathering lumber. And then we've got lumberjacks converting it into firewood. Now there's a certain number we're going to want there. Like I said, about 300 to 400. Probably 400 is going to be my target on firewood. But we need to start racking up logs so we can build more stuff. And then we also need more hay. Why we haven't gotten more, I'm not sure. So what we're going to do is we've already told them on this deal to go ahead and gather it in, right? But what we're going to do is switch it over to grass. Now for next year, they'll grow grass in that field, okay? I'm trying to look because the bloody rain is falling. And there's a little stone ridge line along here. That's not going to be terribly conducive to planting. But let's see what we can get. We're going to try to squeeze one more little field in here, in this space. And we're going to start right at the corner of this field. Okay. Yeah, it's saying there's not enough space. Yeah, that's not... You cannot build in this area. Wait, we got enough space. Why can't we build? You guys suck. Let me build. Okay, we can't build in this area, so we're kind of screwed. We may have to terraform over there, and I really kind of hate terraforming stuff. Okay, so if that being the case, instead, let's come here, and we'll build the field here. And we're going to do like we did with the last one. We're going to do a 12 by 12, I think. Okay, so we're going to have 2 fields. Actually, this one I think could go deeper this way. Yeah, we're going to go deeper this way. That's still big enough for one person. Oh, now we're up to 2 people. We don't quite want to push that far. 18 by 9. See, I think if we go over one, then it becomes a 2-person field. All right. So, you know what? Let's... Here. I don't want to get too much closer to the village because I want to save those buildings. All right, 15 by 9. All right, let's go all the way out to 18 by 9. If we go 19, it's still 1 person. If we go 20 by 9, it's 2 people. So we're going to drop it back to 18 by 9. That's only going to take 26 logs. That'll do. Boom. We're going to put that in, and I think we're going to make that a food field. Okay? So we're going to allocate a person. No, we don't need 2. We just need 1. Thank you. All right. We're going to allocate 1 person a building, and we're going to get busy. Then the next thing we're going to do is, good gosh, can't see, it's foggy. We're going to go back to resource gathering here, and we're going to go to all resources because we got a couple of people available to do this before it gets too stinking late and it becomes winter, because we're getting there. We're going to gather all the crap we can right in here. Why did we have 71 and then it became less than there? Hopefully we can gather all that really quick like. Okay. Once that field is built, we'll allocate that person back. Oh, it's starting to snow. Once this field is built, we'll allocate that person back to gathering resources. All right, there is a worker assigned. Okay, so someone's clearing the tree. And oh, now here's the thing. We can take this person out of this job. That puts them available to do stuff. Okay? So that's how you balance things around. So we're going into winter. We've got firewood. We got 2 people chopping logs. Okay? That's good. That should keep that number up. We've got someone building the new field, which is almost done. We've got a fisherman. We've got a couple of hunters still working, and they're doing good stuff. All right, is this field done? It's almost done, I think. No, it hasn't even been built yet. They got the logs there, though. That's good. All right, and there's a bear out there. Hopefully someone won't get caught and killed by the bear. Because I did kind of stretch that resource gathering a little far out. Now, the only problem with that, you got to be careful. If you put your people too far away from, like, the village, and it gets cold, then they can freeze to death. You don't want that, okay? So let's make sure our people stay warm. Now, one silly little, yeah, you know what? I don't have to do it, but I guess I will for giggle's sake. Okay, the builder's building the field. This is good. Is we're going to mark this here. I'm going to build a road right up the middle of these 2 fields. We're going to go to the end of this one. Because what we may do is enlarge that first field. The smaller, the 12 by 12. Did it build? Okay. That'll do. We'll figure it out. Someone will go build it. Okay. Road built. Alright, so that's good. Okay, so this is almost done. This will be good. And once it's done, we got to decide what we're going to grow in it next year, because we're in winter. And we're doing okay. I could be happier, but for now, we're okay. We've got plenty of food. We've got firewood. We've got a builder available who we can now take out of that profession. And we're going to put them into this profession. So we got more people chopping logs. And then we're going to put another person into forestry. And we're going to, once we find there it is. You got to kind of look for the lights. This one can be really hard to find, is the forestry things. All right, so let's click on that and let's get them back to gathering. And forget about planting. We want logs. We want lumber. All right. So, those two people will get busy on that. Then the two people that are free, they are going to be running around chopping down the trees I assigned over here. Now, the one thing I see that I'm not happy with is our bread is almost gone. But your bread is kind of your backup food supply when you start. All right. So just keep that in mind. It's not hypercritical. It's your backup. All right. Now, the question becomes, what are we going to grow here? And what I think we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and beef up our food supply. We're going to make this potatoes. Okay. So this will be food, and then this field is going to be utility. All right. Which means we'll grow grass, flax, and when we need it, we may grow oats there. Okay. But right now, what we need to do is get caught up on lumber production and make sure we keep our firewood production up, because we're in a cold winter here. And so they're going through firewood pretty quick. We're almost out of winter, though. I think we're pretty close. And then once we see spring, I think, yeah, see, we're getting some more logs in. They go into the warehouse, and then the lumberjacks grab them, and they do their lumberjacking thing.
Cut down trees where our heels suspendies and a broad. I wish I'd been a girlie, just like my dear mama. I cut down trees where our heels suspenders and a broad. I wish I'd been a girlie, just like my dear mama.
All right, and that's how things look here. Temperature's coming up, so we are getting close to spring. And that means we're getting close to the end of this episode of Life is Feudal, Forest Village. Muirfield, however you want to say it, has 16 residents now, 10 adults, 4 teenagers, and 2 babies. So we're maxed out on residents. Let's just make sure. Now we're getting into late winter, so this is good. I want to make sure nobody is pregnant, because that would suck. It's like, okay, look, we've already got enough houses here, people. Let's not screw this up. All right, so we got some teenagers. Good. There's one of the kids. Okay. Everybody's got firewood. Everybody's got food. Well, what are you going to do about the bread, A-Train? Well, that's a good question. We are going to have to find out in a next episode. Actually, it probably won't be the next episode. It'll probably be a little further along. So join us next time on Life is Feudal Forest Village and see where we go from here. Now, we did get the Lumberjacks deal built. We did not get the Weaver's Workshop built, but that's because we're short on logs. We need logs, we need stone. So, objectives going into the next episode are going to be make sure we bump up our amount of logs, right? And because we're in late winter, I'm going to go ahead and reallocate somebody out of lumberjacking, which will make them available to go over here and gather resources. And then eventually we'll put them into the field once it warms up above freezing. And the fields start growing again, okay? So, for now, we want to increase our number of logs because we're well behind and we need to build. And it's going to take a lot. There's early spring, so we'll pause there. We need a weaver's workshop. We need a stone quarry. And we've got some hay in, so that's good. So we've kind of caught up in that regard. In fact, that may be enough to help us build. Hey, we do have enough for weaver's workshop now. Okay, very good. So we'll go ahead and set that in place. Well, I think we will. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. You know what? I can't see. So we'll do that next episode. All right? Gang, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Life is Feudal, Forest Village. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. It's available on Steam. Link below in the description. If you have any questions, comments, constructive criticism, that's welcome in the comments below as well. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great weekend. I'm A-Train. It's over, and I'm out.